Yeah, yeah. Good evening, all. So myself, I'm Vijay. I hold like 17 plus years of experience, which includes nearly 8 plus years of experience in Python environment. So my experience includes design, development, and implementation of Python and Django-based applications. So well versed in implementing different Python libraries like NumPy, CP, Pandas, PyTables, Matplotlib, URLlib, right? Yes. So so before I start, right, first, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not, right? Yes.
Yes, it's clear. We can see you and you are audible also.
So as part of today's demo, I'm going to cover the following topics, right? So why Python? Why Python, right? Yes, we have got already many programming languages. Why again Python required? And that too, Python is not a kind of programming which is very recently introduced, right? See, it was introduced like in the year 1989, right? Almost like nearly 30 years ago it was released. And why Python is suddenly super popular? What are the reasons which makes Python super popular, right? And who can learn Python? What are the prerequisites for learning Python, right? Yes, there is no prerequisites for learning Python. Anybody can update with Python. Means the statements of Python looks like normal English statements, like not as complex as other programmings. And just we'll be discussing how Python was built and how Python was derived. What are the features we got, right? And what Python real-time applications, what kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? Python mostly used for developing what kind of applications, and Python usage, which companies are using Python, and Python features as compared with other programming which are not available in other programmings, right? And Python comparison with other programming, coding wise we can check, like length wise, complexity wise we can check how simple these Python statements look as compared with other programmings. Reasons why Python is suddenly super popular. And Python scope and job market, means what is the current job market of Python and what is the scope of Python in the coming years, right? Like you need to update with the technology which lasts for long years and years, right? Right. So this is what I'll be discussing in today's and tomorrow's session, right? Review more on this Python, the features, advantages, where exactly it is used, and what kind of applications we are developing today. So I define Python in 5 lines. It's a general purpose programming. It's a general purpose programming means, for example, before Python, we have got some programming languages. If we heard about these programming languages like Pascal, Fortran, right? Pascal, Fortran, COBOL, right? These languages, this Pascal, Fortran, COBOL, these languages are purpose-based languages. These are purpose-based. These are used for a specific purposes, not for all the purposes, right? Purpose-based languages. So Pascal for scientific applications, Fortran for complicated mathematical applications, COBOL for business applications. These are used for a particular purpose. They are purpose-based languages. They are for a specific purposes, but not for all the purposes, right? It's a purpose-based language, right? But a language which is suitable for developing any kind of application, such a language we call it as general purpose programming, right? Python is such a kind of programming where we can develop any kind of applications like automation applications, web applications, animation applications, gaming applications, networking applications, desktop applications, right? Wide varieties of applications we can develop today by using Python, right? Yes. And it's a multi-programming. It has got multi-programming features. It has got multi-programming features. What all the features we see right today? Multi-programming, right? Yes. For example, I give a labor example. If you want to launch a new product in the market, right? Think that you want to launch a new mobile phone. To attract the customers, right? What features you want to see within the mobile, right? What all the features we see in different other mobiles, all that features, if you are embedding into a single piece, right, it will attract the customers, right? In the same way, Python is a kind of programming where we see the features of different other programming languages within it. That's the reason we say Python as a hybrid language. It has taken some features from one programming, it has taken other features from other, right? In this way, from multiple programming languages, it has taken the features, right? I'll brief you from which programming languages Python has taken the features from. It's a high level language. Python is a high level language, right? Yes, there are two types of languages, I can say. Two types of languages. Two types of languages. Low level language and high level language. What is that? Low level languages and high level languages. Low level languages. Okay, secondly, like high level languages. So this low level language, example of low level languages like assembly level language or machine level language, right? Assembly level or machine level language. These languages, firstly, they are not human understandable. They are not human understandable. And secondly, they are not portable, not human understandable. Secondly, not portable. And machine dependent, cannot run on all the hardware and all the operating systems, right? Yes, right. This is not understandable, human understandable. They are not portable, machine dependent, cannot run on all the hardware and all the operating system. And high level languages like Python, right? Python comes as a high level language, right? First one, like human understandable, right? Human understandable, right? They are portable, right? Human understandable, and secondly, they are portable. Machine independent, can run on all the hardware and all the operating system, right? Machine independent. Human understandable, portable, and machine independent, right? Can run on all the hardware and all the operating systems. Okay, so this is high level language. Interpreted language, Python is a interpreted language, line by line execution we are going to see, right? Which makes debugging easy, right? Python is an interpretation, line by line execution, and user friendly programming or programmer friendly programming language which provides simple syntaxes which looks like normal English statements, right? So general purpose, any kind of applications we can develop, like multi programming features, hybrid features, high level, easily understandable, portable, and machine independent, right? Can run on all the hardwares and operating system. Line by line execution and user friendly, which provides simple syntaxes, looks like normal English statements. Like next, like from which programming languages Python has taken the features from, right? Python has got procedural oriented programming features, procedural oriented programming features, example like C language, right? It has got the features of C language. Just like C language, you can develop applications. And next is like object oriented, like object oriented programming, just like C++ or Java, you can develop applications, right? So Python has got this object oriented programming like C++ and Java, and scripting features like shell script, scripting features for Linux shell script, right? Yes, it has got the features of shell script, right? And it has got the features of modular programming. So Python has got, this is the major part, right? Today, like Python has got great boom because of this modular programming, where similar to like modular 3, there is a language, right? And here nearly Python supports nearly 89,300 modules, right? 89,300 modules. I'll come back to this, what it is. But before that, just observe, if we compare the two major programming languages today, right? The two major programming languages, Java and Python. Python and Java. These two are used for enterprise application development. But if you talk like Java, there is a restriction that we need to use only object-oriented programming. Sorry, yes. Java programmers or developers are strictly restricted to use only object-oriented programming. Means without class and object, there is no Java application, right? So, but in Python, with object oriented, without object oriented, with procedural oriented, right? Yes. With object oriented, without, okay, procedural oriented, right? Yes. Okay. We can develop many applications using Python. And Python, we can write many automation scripts today, like using IoT or robotics. For AWS DevOps, we're writing many automation scripts, right? Yes. Apart from this, Python has got great boom today because of this modular programming, right? 89,300 inbuilt modules Python is supporting for various domains. 89,300 inbuilt modules Python is providing for various domains, right? Yes. So whatever domain you are from, right? Whatever environment, like networking or testing or data science or database or big data, or any whatever domain you are from, Python has got modules. It's going to provide modules for every domain. Thousands of modules Python has got inbuilt modules, right? Which has got inbuilt functions using which we can perform the operations in a simpler manner, right? Yes. For example, I'll take some like for data science. For data science, Python has got separate modules, like 10 to 15 modules Python is providing for this data science environment, like NumPy modules, Pandas modules, Matplotlib, CP, Scikit-learn, right? Yes. Many modules Python providing for this data science. Even for this big data environment, right? Python has got modules for this big data environment. Using, we don't need to write huge codings. We have got many built-in functions to perform the operations. Even for networking also, right? Separate framework itself Python is providing for networking side, like Twisted Python, a framework given by Python for network programming, right? Yes. And for testing or test cases, right? Test cases, Python has got separate modules for it. And for OS kinds of activities, the name of the module itself is OS, operating system, right? OS, the name of the module itself OS, right? And apart from this, apart from this, right? Yes. Python has got separate modules for every database. Every database means for example, for Oracle database, right? For Oracle, Python is providing a separate module like CX underscore Oracle, right? A separate module Python provides. For MySQL, it is providing a module called PyMySQL or MySQL.connector for connecting to the database, right? And so it's very simple connecting to database. It's not as complex as other programming like Java. So just the module is enough. Even for SQL server, right? We have got a module called PyODBC, right? Where Python can be used here, performing simple operations. Apart from this, like creating Excel files, creating Excel files and writing data to Excel files, reading data, right? So we have got separate modules. We have got XLRD module. So for example, write a Python program to create an Excel file means, for example, I'll write a code, and if you execute the code, go and check Excel workbook or Excel file is going to get created, right? With whatever name you have specified in the code. Okay. Okay, and if you want to write data into an Excel sheet, you can create Excel sheets by writing Python statements. Sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. You can create multiple sheets. Into which sheet you want to write, in which sheet you want to read, right? Everything you can perform, right? Not only Excel files, for PDF files creations, for XML files, you have got separate models. Python has got, right? Yes, for CSV, for Excel, PDF, XML, CSV, right? Yes. Okay, apart from this, Python has got separate module even for mathematical, right? Math, there's a module called math for mathematical operations, and for statistics, separate module, right? Yes. And for generating graphs, different types of graphs you want to generate: normal graph, bar graphs, histograms, scatter plots, stack plots. So in this way, separate modules Python is providing for different domains, right? Yes. So in this way, 89,300 inbuilt modules, which has got inbuilt functions, right? Fine. Apart from this, right, Python real-time applications, what kind of applications we can develop today by using Python real-time applications. Python real-time applications, right? Yes. So Python mostly used in creation of web applications today. A lot of web applications are getting developed today by using Python, especially like we have got a framework called Django, right? Yes. Framework, which is popular framework. With a rapid speed, you can develop a web application with very less coding. You may ask, from the last 20-25 years, Java, .NET, all this, they are used for developing web applications by, again, why? Python. So Python has got a framework like Django Flask. At a rapid speed, you can develop web application, right? With very less coding, right? It has got its own application server. It has got its own database, right? Okay. Apart from this, today Python mostly used, yes, in creation of, okay, automation applications. So web applications, Python mostly used in creation of automation applications using technologies like data science, using technologies like IoT, and yes, robotics and AWS DevOps, right? Yes. So in all this, right, Python is used. IoT, if I take, right, Internet of Things, right? Everything through internet or through online, right? Today, online banking, online shopping, online exams, online healthcare, right? IoT, like, is a physical network or device embedded with software, sensors, electronics, and network connectivity, right? For collecting data, exchanging data, and controlling the things from the place where we are, right? Many automation applications are getting created, right? We are going to see in the coming days. So this here, 90% of the coding in Python within this IoT. And the talk of the town, right? The data science or this artificial intelligence, right? Yes. So here in IoT, 90% coding in Python. %90 coding in Python, right? Yes. Yes. And for this data science, right? So for data analysis, data predictions, data classifications, data clustering, data recommendations, right? It's a blend of technique. The main technique what we see here is the main technique what we see in data science. ML, machine learning, right? Yes. It's a blend of technique, machine learning, right? Yes. So we have got many ML techniques, like for the many ML techniques, right? Regression techniques, classification techniques, clustering techniques, recommendation techniques, pattern matching techniques. For all these techniques to implement, we require a language. So Python is the mostly used programming for implementing this machine learning or deep learning, right? Yes. Where it has got many modules for plotting visualizations, right? So like matplotlib, numpy, pandas, matplotlib, right? Yes. And apart from this, in DevOps environment, right? So Python has got vast varieties of libraries, which makes Python as super popular. And also it's Python is one of these language with many libraries where we can write many automation scripts. Apart from this, today Python mostly used in big data environment, right? Yes. Big data like so today like huge data is getting generated, right? Not only in KBs or MBs, right? Today if you see the data generation, KBs of data, MBs of data, GBs, gigabytes, terabytes, petabytes, exabytes, zettabytes, right? Yes. Petabytes, sotabytes, right? Yes. 1 petabyte equal to 1024 TBs. 1024 TBs forms 1 petabyte. Do you think like petabytes or exabytes of data is it getting generated in the current real world? If so, examples of petabytes or exabytes of data generation. Example like social media like Facebook, right? Millions and trillions of users for Facebook, right? In a minute, how many posts and videos are getting circulated? Okay. Each and every post and video we need to save, right, in Facebook. And what is the data generated by Facebook in a minute? It's not in KBs or MBs, right? Yes, it is in petabytes of data, huge data storage and processing. So for this, not only like Facebook today, if we talk about, we have got many applications which are generating huge data, right? If I take 1 minute transactions, okay, Facebook is one of the example. Facebook generates huge data. Twitter keeps on generating the tweets. Twitter tweets. Google queries. YouTube videos upload, right? Messages, email or Gmail messages. Or if you talk about the bank transactions or telecom transactions, right? or if you talk like bank transactions, telecom transactions, or e-commerce sites like Flipkart or Amazon, right? So everywhere you see huge data. So for this, we have got some big data tools available, right? Like big data Hadoop and big data like Spark, right? Yes. So these, they are using languages like Scala, they are using languages like Python, right? Spark with Python, right? PySpark we say, right? Very huge, very high speed processing, right? Used for big data environment, huge data storage and huge data processing. Apart from this, I list out various other applications where Python is mostly preferred, right? For scientific applications. For scientific applications, we have got for numerical analysis, we have got models like NumPy, CP, NumPy and CP, numerical Python, CP, scientific Python, right? Yes, these are some of the examples of this. Apart from this, Python is used for graphical user interface or animation applications. Graphical user interface or animation applications, right? We use like tkinter, pyqt or some of this. And for gaming or game development, game development, right? So using Python today, we are developing lot of games, single user, multi-user online games, right? So especially for game development, Python providing a separate framework. It is providing a separate framework Pygame for developing games in Python, and also one more framework, right? PyCorta, right? And some for 3D games or for 3D rendering libraries, right? We have got some PySoy, right? We have got some PySoy. PySoy is a library, Python rendering libraries for used for 3D games, PySoy. So even lot of games are getting developed today by using Python, right? Apart from this, Python is used for scheduling tasks like using Airflow, right? And apart from this, used for testing or test cases. Testing or test cases, scheduling. Okay. Apart from this, Python is also used for software development, right? Software developers make use of Python as a support language. Okay, apart from this, Python is used for business applications. Business applications, like Python is one of the best choice for developing e-commerce sites. Yes. Apart from this, like Python, one of the hottest application of Python, like database applications, right? Like Python can connect with any database like Oracle, MySQL, right? All this SQL Server. Database applications, right? And Python can connect with any like Oracle, MySQL. And apart from this, Python can also be used for networking or network applications. Especially for networking applications, there is a framework given by Python like Twisted Python. What is that? Twisted Python. Yes. And apart from this networking applications, right, Python is also used for web scraping, right? Scraping the data from different websites. Yes. Like we have used models like URLlib And also like Python is also used for audio and video applications. Audio and video applications, right? Yes, we have already some applications which already got developed, like team player, C player, some examples, right? Team player or C play. Not only for computer applications, it's also used for electronics like embedded applications, right? Embedded applications, right? And also for CAD applications, civil environment like CAD. CAD applications or 3D CAD applications, right? Apart from this, Python is also used for computer vision like face detection, color detection, and object detection, right? Yes, Python is used. Apart from this, Python is used for robotics. Robotics with Python, we have got a bigger packages like above 40 lakhs. And Python is also used for data analysis, right? Yes. So these are some of the applications, right, where Python is mostly preferred, like web applications, automations, big data, scientific, GUI, game development, scheduling tasks, test cases, software development, business applications, database, networking, web scraping, audio and video, like embedded applications, CAD, computer vision, robotics, and data analytics, right? Yes. Okay. Apart from this, right, like who are using Python today, and topmost applications built by using Python? Who are using Python today? Topmost applications, right? Yes. Who are using Python and topmost applications built using by Python, right? Yes. Topmost applications built by using Python, and who are using Python today, right? Google using Python for its web search system. Google using Python for its web search system, right? Yes. Yahoo using Python. YouTube using Python for its video sharing service, right? Google is one of the best example of Python web application, like, and Instagram built by using Python. The prime reason for Instagram for choose for Python, right? Python simplicity, like practicality, right? And multi features concept where you can just develop the applications accordingly, right? And Uber using Python today, like Uber pricing algorithm implemented using Python, right? And some applications like Quora, Reddit, Reddit, Pinterest. And apart from this Python, okay, it's like we have got many other, like BitTorrent using Python for its file sharing service. Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python. MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. Massively multiplayer online games, right, which uses Python for its computation. And apart from this, right, Python is used for iron port email server, right? It uses more than 1 million lines of Python code to do its job. Yes. Okay, apart from this, right, for companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all this, they use Python for hardware testing purpose. Dropbox using Python, one of the topmost OTT platform like Netflix using Python. Okay, so these are some of the examples, right, who are using Python, right? And now from the discussion what we had from the last 1 hour, right? So reasons which makes Python super popular, right? Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Yes. Okay. First one, most of the programmers are developers, right? Most of the programmers are developers are attracted towards Python, right? Because of its very less coding in Python, right? Yes. And simple syntaxes given by Python. Simple syntaxes given by Python. And multi-programming features, hybrid features, right? Multi-programming features, hybrid features. Very less coding, simple syntaxes, multi-programming features, right? Hybrid features, right? Yes. And apart from this, interactive mode given by Python, interactive mode, right, given by Python. We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response, right, which we cannot see in other programming languages. For example, go to the command prompt and type CMD, right? Just in the search panel, type CMD, sorry, and just type Python here and say enter. Python version is displayed. Python interpreter gets opened, right? What is that? Any valid Python statements you type, right? 3 plus 4, it gives the response. X is 10. No need to give the data type also. Y is 4, right? What is X value? 10. What is Y value? What is X plus Y? What is X minus Y? What is X into Y? What is X by Y? Okay, any valid Python statements, X into 2, 10 into 2, right? X to the power of 2, power symbol in Python. 10 square, right? X equal to hello. Any valid Python statements you can type and you can interact with. X into 3 prints for 3 times. X into 5 prints for 5 times, right? Any valid statements you can type, interact, right? Yes. And apart from this, wide varieties of applications, I was discussing about those, right? Wide varieties of applications. Apart from this, right, wide varieties of application and many built-in libraries, many built-in libraries, right? Yes. Yes, these are these examples. These are the reasons which makes Python super popular, right? Yes. Very less coding, right? Simple syntaxes look like normal English statements. Interactive mode, wide varieties of applications, and many built-in libraries. And apart from this, right? Apart from this, okay. So what is the scope of Python and what is that job market of Python today? Just I'll open Google and show you from the last 3-4 years, right? Yes. So if you observe, right, if I say popular coding language from the last 2-3 years from 2020, right? So yes, you can see this result, right? Python is the most popular among all this, right? You can see this Python, the first one. Next comes Java. Next, and if you see top most popular language used by top 25 unicorns, Python stands first, Java, JavaScript. Ranking wise, if you check, right? Ranking wise, if you check programming, Python remains the most popular programming, right? And ranking wise, Python is the number one ranked. Can you see here? Okay. If you see the ranking wise, you see Python is the number one rank. Next comes Java, C, C++. Top most programming languages, Python, JavaScript, Java. Right. The usage of Python in the industry, right? Yes. 31% used. You can see the big circle. Java 19%. C++ nearly 10%. C, okay. And various other programming languages, right? Yes. And if you see the course content, what we are going to discuss in brief, right? As part of this, right? It will be like Python core, Python advanced, application oriented modules, like total full stack will be discussed, right? See this course content like Python or Python operations, operators in Python, Python IDEs. So in real time, we use IDEs, right? Where we can write the Python code and execute. So I'm going to show you like PyCharm, PyDev, Jupyter, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, right? On all this. So IDEs, flow control statements, looping statements, strings in Python, string indexing, string slicing, string functions, string methods, string special characters, right? Yes. Fine. Apart from this, right? Yes. Collections in Python, list, tuples, sets, and dictionaries, list operations, list indexing, list slicing, list functions, list methods, list addresses, nested list, different ways of creating list modifications, insertions, and deletions, right? Tuples, tuple operations, set operations, dictionaries, functions, different categories, different types, right? Yes, modules in Python, package in Python, different types of modules, different ways of importing, errors and exception, file handling, object-oriented programming concepts, right? Regular expressions, datetime module, OS module. I'm going to discuss some models related to datetime, some related to OS, some related to operating system, right? Some related to databases, some related to data science like NumPy model, Pandas, Matplotlib, big data model, some related to graphics. So here advanced concepts, iterator, generator, closer, decorator, right? The graphic programming, Excel workbook, data analytics, right? Data science, right? NumPy model, Pandas model, Matplotlib. This is what we discuss in brief, nearly 70 hours, right? Only for Python core and advanced, like 2 to 2.5 months it takes. And people who go for design full stack Python, total full stack Python, Django included, right? Introduction to Django, frameworks, Django installation, project architecture, application architecture, right? Django views, templates, admin, models, right? And UI technologies also I'll be discussing, which are required, right? Like HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, and JavaScript along with MySQL, right? Yes. Okay. Fine. So if you got any queries as part of today's session, you can just go with your queries, right? Anyone who has got queries, fine. So tomorrow also people can attend the session same time using the same link to see more on this, right? Like coding wise, how this Python statements looks as compared with other programming. I'll be briefing. Tomorrow session will be like a continuation to this today's, but not like replication or duplication to today's. If you got any queries, you can just go with your queries, right? Everyone, right? Unmute yourself, you can ask your queries. So every session is video recorded. You will be getting the recorded video and a soft copy of the notes, and a WhatsApp group will be created for the technical discussions. If you got any error, you will take the snap and post it in this WhatsApp group, right? Yes.
Uh,
Assignments will be
sir,
given for
Hi Vijay. So I have a question regarding the timings for this session. Like it will be a 1 hour session, right?
yes,
Okay. And so duration of this course will be?
70 hours.
So like it will be on a daily basis, Monday to Friday, right?
Yes, Monday to Friday. Yes.
Okay.
Hello, sir. I want to know that the timing will be 7 p.m. only, or it will change after a few days. Hello, am I audible?
So it is like 70 hours only for Python, right? So in brief, in depth, we'll be discussing about all those what we have seen, right? And okay, and plus who wants to go for full stack? Apart from, so the course structure for only Python is just, it's an offer batch. It's just for 5K, it's the fees. And apart from this, who wants to go for full stack, right? Like Django framework for applications or project creations, nearly 20 apps will be creating, right, in this. And plus HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript will be discussed. Apart from this and my, so for entire this, right? So previously it was like 7K for this. It was, now it is given for just 5K. So just the entire fee for this will be 10K for this full stack. Only Python it is 5K, right? Yes. So the timing will be, yes, 7 o'clock only, right?
Sir, will the timing change in future? Because I'm a working professional, I won't be able to attend after or before this timing.
After or before, right? Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
So 7 p.m. is fixed, right? It won't change.
Yes, 7 p.m. is fixed.
Okay.
Yeah, Vijay, when you're saying APKs, you mean it's for the mobile applications, or this is a web application?
So Python, you can develop any kind of applications using Python, right? And only one application what we cannot create using Python is mobile applications. Python is very less used in mobile application. That is one limitation of Python. So web applications, right? Interactive applications creations, client server request response architecture, right? That applications.
Okay. Because APK means normally the apps, mobile apps. So
No, mobile Python is very less used in mobile applications. I'm saying
okay.
web applications. I'm talking web applications.
Okay. This is a web application. Okay.
One more thing. So the 70 hours will be for Python course, right? Only?
Yes, only for 70 hours will be only for Python course, and this it will be nearly like 50 hours for this. Totally, if you combine, it will be like 120 hours. Like it
So
takes
it will
four to 4
4
and a,
months.
yes, 4
Okay.
months, right? And if anybody wants to go parallelly, also you can go parallelly. Means this Saturday, right? I am going to start with Django, right? Means first I'll be starting with HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript. By this time we complete this, Python core will be completed, right? So this is the weekend batch, Django, right? Those Monday to Friday, like Python will be there. And so if anybody are interested to go with parallelly along with Django in the weekends, 2 hours on Saturday and 2 hours on Sunday, right? Django batch is starting from this Saturday if anybody interested to go. Otherwise, once you got enrolled, you can attend any of my batches.
And what will be the timing on Saturday, Sunday?
Saturday 10 o'clock to 12. 10 a.m. IST.
Okay. And there will be no we are learning Python and simultaneously we will learn Django. So there will be no dependency, right? We can start we will get the understanding of Django and everything.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, any other queries, right? Yes.
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir. I am a completely non-technical student, sir. I am from BDS background. I'm a dentist for myself.
So yes, that's what I was about to say, right? So there is no prerequisites for learning Python, right? You need to have, it's not a complex programming. And people from non-programming or zero programming, right? Once you attend tomorrow's session, I'll just show you how this Python coding looks, right? I'll show you like 5-6 example codes, right? 100% you can understand without any knowledge of Python, right? So I'll show you some,
Okay,
I'll show
sir.
you.
Like we should already download the Python and it's those webs and everything we should download, or you will tell like.
Everything I'll be discussing from the
Okay,
scratch
sir.
ground level,
Because
right?
I am aware of nothing. I am learning Python for my health informatics program.
So like the sessions will go like people, doesn't know anything, right? Even though people have got knowledge on programming or not, from the scratch ground level to the advanced level, step by step, we'll be discussing, right? So the sessions will be interactive. You can ask the queries or doubts, and you can by unmuting yourself, then and there.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sorry, one more question actually. So are you going to be telling some interviews preparation type questions in between of sessions, and so you will
Yes.
cover that part?
Yes, yes. So here, that's the reason it's not like 40 or 45 hours course, 70 hours course, right? In brief, we'll be discussing about all those, right? In depth. So at the end of the course, you'll be getting great command on this Python, entire Python, right? Yes. So not only that, I'll be showing you some different types of environments used where Python is used, like some models related to OS operating system, some related to graphics, some related to databases, some related to data science, some related to big data, and how to create our own modules. Everything I'll be discussing, right? Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, fine, right? Okay. So if I'm done with your queries, if there are no other queries, right, I'll sign off for today. Meet you tomorrow, same time at 7 p.m. to see more on this, right? Fine. Follow the same link, same timing, right? Yes. Thank you all for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.